evidence for any biblical text in all of the rest of the world, and I don't know specifically about Arabia.
But you're talking about the rest of the world, but I'm not talking about the rest of the world.
Okay, but brother, if you're trying to claim that the Christians and the Jews in Arabia had something different to what the rest of the world, the Christians and the Jews in the world had, you've got to present some evidence for it, otherwise we assume that it's the same.
The Quran is the evidence saying it's making a claim, right?
No,
so if you haven't got anything surviving, that's not the problem.
What the Quran says is that the Jews and Christians of Muhammad's day, when the Quran was supposedly revealed, have the Torah and the Injil. There's no evidence of any Torah or Injil existing anywhere, including in the Arabian Peninsula, that is different to the one we have today. And if there is, you need to present the evidence.
When you make that,
the burden of proof is on you.
When you make that statement, there is no evidence of any differences. That statement automatically entails you have checked.
I am listening to you. I'm just paying attention.
You have checked what the Gospels or the Torah looked like in Arabia, and then you made the inference by studying the text, which is present in Arabia, and then you say there are no differences. When you make that claim, because when you say there are no differences, it automatically entails that you have got the Gospels or the Torah. So which Gospel and which Torah did you compare from Arabia with the rest of the world?
I don't believe that there is one from Arabia, but the rest of the world...
But you made the claim, didn't you, that there are no differences?
Yes, there are, amongst the manuscript tradition of the Gospel that we have from Muhammad's time and hundreds of years before, there are no serious differences, okay? Now, if you're going to claim, which is evidently what you're claiming, if you're going to try and claim that there was a different Gospel in Arabia to the one that was present in the Injil, in Arabia to the one that was present in the rest of the world, you need to present some evidence.
No, we're making simple statements. Quran is saying...
You're making a claim and then you're refusing to present evidence.
I'm saying the Quran is making the statement, interacting with the people there. Right? Quran is a record of history too. If you don't accept that the Quran is historically interacting with people like the Jews and the Christians, then you haven't understood the Quranic text.
I never denied that.
Right. So the Quranic text is very clear. It discusses and interacts with the Jews and the Christians there, and it tells them, this is what you have maktuban indahum. It's very clearly this is what Isa alayhi salam is, or Musa alayhi salam, that the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not name rather, he himself, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is mentioned, written, what is within them.
He's absolutely not, and that's one of the biggest proofs that Islam is alive, but it's also a change of subject.
If you allow me to finish my point.
I will.
Quran is interact. You need to understand what I'm saying first of all. You're just jumping, I don't know how many things that it's in your head. Quran is interacting with the people. And it's telling them that you have within your writings about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam being written. That's what the Quran is saying to them.
All the more reason why we know that Islam
excuse me, sorry. What's your name?
Alex.
Quran is stating within the interaction, so historical record, right? To the people that it's interacting with, the Jews and the Christian people.
Yes.
And it's telling them that you will find him an-Nabi al-Ummi, Rasul al-Nabi al-Ummi, the messenger, the unlettered prophet, or al-Ummi. You can understand Ummi to be even a Ghoyim prophet, right? Whatever, unlettered prophet. He is mentioned. Maktuban indahum. This is how the Quran ayah goes. So when this interaction has happened, and it was interacting with the Jews and the Christian people, this is what the Quran is making a clear statement. Now, this is what Quran is presenting. So if you say there are no differences, what we would expect, because you're making a positive claim. I didn't make any claim there are differences or no differences. You stated by saying there are no differences between any of these serious differences between any of the manuscripts from the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that time, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Whether it's in Arabia or elsewhere.
Yes.
When you make a statement like that, whether it's in Arabia or elsewhere, of course you haven't studied anything from Arabia from that time period to make that statement saying there are no differences, because only thing that you have is outside the Arabian Peninsula, and you're extrapolating because all the others are some sort of very similar without any serious differences. You're assuming what was present in Arabia was the same, isn't it?
Yes, because there's no evidence that it was different.
That is not an evidence, it's an assumption.
Mansur, it's really quite simple. If what was had in the Arabian Peninsula was different to what was outside of the Arabian Peninsula, we would have some evidence for it, but there isn't any.
No. Just because you have no evidence surviving. For example, when did we discover the Dead Sea Scrolls?
That's irrelevant.
I'm just giving you some interesting points for you to consider. There are many writings that have gone lost in history from our
Passages
side,
of the Quran,
right?
for example.
And then, like what?
The one that was eaten by a sheep.
Which one?
I can't remember, it's in Sahih al-Bukhari. I can't remember the exact reference, we can discuss that another time.
No, hang on, let's talk about it, because you're going to be just kind of machine gun tactics here and there to score brownie points. Let's discuss that.
Because Muslims are never interested in scoring
hang on.
brownie points, are they?
I'm not interested in scoring brownie points.
Good.
I'm interested in you to learn from you, perhaps, and you learn from me on the subject that we're discussing.
I'm interested in the salvation of your soul and your soul and your soul. And if you die believing in
so we can talk about the salvation. If you want, we can talk about the salvation.
I know, I'm just telling you what I'm interested in.
Right, good. So if you're interested in salvation, we need to have a proper foundation of our faith scriptures, right?
Yes, which we do. We the Christians do, including your Quran. And
How many Gospels were written?
4.
Let me ask you again. I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard what you said. You said 4. Let me ask you again.
Yes.
To give you the second chance. How many Gospels were written?
That were written by Jesus' disciples, 4.
I didn't say written by who.
No. Now you're interested in scoring brownie points.
No.
You're trying to catch
Did you ask me?
Alex?
Did you ask me to clarify my question? Okay, ask me to clarify. Now I'll clarify.
Okay, clarify your question again.
Right. When people are writing Gospels,
yes.
How many Gospels were written?
By Jesus' disciples, 4.
Jesus' disciples.
Wrote
And
Gospels.
how many other Gospels were written other than the disciples?
You mean the ones that come hundreds of years later and were written by frauds?
When you say hundreds of years later...
Yeah, the earliest of the Gnostic Gospels, which, by the way, if you took to be true, would contradict your Quran in multiple ways. For example, they believe that Jesus did actually die by crucifixion.
My question was simple.
Yeah,
people were writing...
I'm giving you a simple answer.
Was John a disciple of Jesus?
Yes.
According to who?
According to your Quran.
Now, according to which scholar is John a disciple of...
According to your Quran.
Excuse me.
Your
Historically
Quran.
speaking, according to the...
I don't need to go historically
According to the scholarship... Look.
Speaking, you deny
according to scholarship... Do you value scholarship?
Yes.
Good. According to scholarship,
Alex.
According to scholarship...
Do you value the Quran?
Excuse me.
It's a simple question. Do you value the Quran?
I value the Quran in various ways.
So why do you not believe what it says?
Let me ask you again.
That the Torah and the Injil are inspired. And
let me ask you the question again, because my question was this: how many Gospels were written?
Brother, this is proof that Islam is a lie.
Excuse me, Alex, brother, one moment, please.
I'll make time for you at some point.
According to scholarship, is John the disciple of Jesus Christ?
Yes.
According to which scholar?
According to your Quran, not that it's scholarship.
So you misheard my question, right? I am not asking according to the Quran.
It doesn't matter.
I'm asking according to scholarship.
It doesn't matter because your Quran affirms.
So basically, you value the Quran more than the scholarship.
No, you value the Quran.
No, I'm asking you, what do you value?
It doesn't matter what I value. It matters what you value.
Do you want to have a meaningful discussion?
Yes.
Right. So let me ask you again.
You're not listening to me, so that's why.
Who do you value? What do you value? Do you value the Quran more than the scholarship?
I value truth. And I'm
asking you, Alex,
to demonstrate that the Quran is itself
simple
alive.
question.
You're not willing to listen.
Alex, simple question.
You're not willing to
when
listen
it comes to
know
scholarship,
this proves Islam is a lie.
Alex, when it comes to scholarship, and when it comes to a text, Quran and scholarship, in your own understanding,
Yep.
Are you talking to me, or are you talking
I am listening to
or are you looking for some friends to help you?
No, I'm listening to you, but I'm keeping
Fine.
an eye on the surroundings.
No problem. So, do you value scholarship?
Yes.
Good. Do you put the Quran more value?
No.
To scholarship?
The Quran is demon-inspired nonsense.
Good. So you believe, in your own belief, Quran is not anything near the scholarship that what is presented from Quran. According to scholarship, it took us a while to get there. According to scholarship, is John a disciple of Jesus Christ?
Yes, and according to your Quran.
According to which scholar?
Jesus Christ. I don't need to answer that because your Quran affirms
because you affirm that John is a disciple of Christ.
Did you understand my point that I was making earlier?
Don't get into this, brother. Don't get into this.
No, I'm just asking him a question.
Sidetrack. According to, you can tell me if you don't know. Okay. If you don't, Alex, if you don't know, you can simply say I don't know, and I can move on.
I do know, but I don't.
Right.
Need to talk
According
about
to
it
which scholar? According to which scholar?
Quran. I can give you an entire list.
Look,
of scholars, but I'm not
I just said
I don't need to.
Give me two scholars' names.
Quran. You're just not listening to me. Your Quran.
You said Quran is not valuable when it comes to scholarship.
Yes, it's not because it's demon.
So let's talk about scholarship.
No, we don't need to talk about scholarship. We can talk about your Quran.
No.
Okay, are you not understanding what I'm
I have
saying?
challenged
It's
your
really
assertion.
simple.
I have challenged your assertion
Yeah.
that John is a disciple.
And you can't because your Quran confirms the reliability of the Injil.
Where does the Quran say John is a disciple?
I'm going to give you a list of
Excuse me.
all the verses that.
Where does the Quran say John is a disciple of Christ?
I'm going to give you a list of verses
Alex?
that affirm the Injil. He's just not listening.
Alex?
He's just not listening.
Alex, are you listening? Where does the Quran say? Excuse
This
me.
is why you're apologists. This is how your
you see the
apologists
problem?
attempt to defend the Islamic dilemma.
Why is it? Excuse me. Why is it that you're not engaging with the question I asked? Okay, I'm going to ask you
I'm
once more.
explaining to you. You're not
Can I
listening.
ask you
You're not
once more?
listening to me.
Where does the Quran say John is a disciple of Christ?
It doesn't matter. Your Quran affirms the inspiration
That's
of
what
the
I'm
New
asking.
Testament.
The question I'm asking is quite specific.
He's just not listening to me. Okay.
So
You had a
basically,
question for me. Should we take
you know,
this somewhere else and we can have
yeah, go somewhere else because of course this is how you cannot handle it.
I can handle it. It's
Of
just
course you
not
can't. It's quite obvious you can't handle it. You're not capable of having a reasonable discussion.
like your prophet.
You know what?
Don't listen to
See you later. With all this ad hominems and attacks, it's not going to help you for your salvation. Subhanallah. What's happening with these people? Speakerscorner, people coming up like this? From where?
They're not honest. You can find the honest Christians. You can tell the moment you engage with them, they're honest.